Welcome to The Waters Between, a podcast about connection, community, and the power of giving in the Waccamaw region of South Carolina. I'm Mike Mancuso, the President and CEO of the Waccamaw Community Foundation, and excited to be your host as we navigate philanthropy in the waters between. The name Waccamaw comes from the Waccamaw Indian people, the original stewards of this land and water. The word is believed to mean both coming and going waters, and between the waters, a reflection of the rivers and the tides that shape not only our geography, but our way of life. At the Waccamaw Community Foundation, we believe philanthropy should flow just like these waters, connecting people and places, bridging needs and resources, and sustaining our communities for generations to come. This podcast flows from that mission. In each episode, we'll dive into the stories of local nonprofits, community leaders, and everyday people who are making a difference through giving, service, and collaboration. Whether you're a donor, a volunteer, or just someone who cares about the place we call home, we invite you to join us as we explore the waters between. Welcome to the Waters Between podcast. I'm Mike Mancuso, the President and CEO of the Waccamaw Community Foundation, and I'm excited to be your host today for Episode 8, The Power of Local Philanthropy. We have a special treat for you today. One of our local philanthropists, Rick Elliott, spoke recently at Granting Day for the Waccamaw Community Foundation, and we want to bring that presentation to you today. So sit back and enjoy. Thanks for joining us. So right now, what I'd like to do is bring up Rick Elliott, our past board chair, to tell you a little bit about the thoughts from our board and what we're working on to try to, again, make things better for you. Rick?
I hope y'all didn't expect me to come up here and sing and dance like Greg Roll, did you? I wish I could. He's wonderful, by the way. Ditto to what you said, Mike. The show here is phenomenal, so if you've not had a chance to come, please come by and visit and see it. I wanted to just say a few words today. Not a lot of things other than just to read a little bit to you, but I didn't want to ad lib because I thought it was important. The words were more important than me getting up and just saying a few things. But our Waccamaw region is truly blessed. From Horry County to Georgetown County, we have an incredible network of nonprofit organizations. These organizations are true service providers. They are the very heart of our quality of life. Think for a moment about the impact that we have. Nonprofits touch nearly every corner of the life in our region. Their education and youth programs, their arts, cultural, and historical organizations. They are healthcare and human service providers caring for our most vulnerable neighbors. They are environmental and conservation groups safeguarding the natural beauty that makes this place so special. And they are the faith-based organizations and civic organizations that bring this community together. Nonprofits fill critical gaps where government and business cannot reach. They make this region not just a place to live, but a place where people truly belong. But the reality is the nonprofits face real challenges. Many operate on thin budgets, as you know. You're constantly trying to balance things and the urge and the needs of our community and how to sustain. You rely on annual fundraising and on grants and on the generosity of donors. And when the economy dips, our natural disaster hits or natural disaster, our priorities shift and our stability is threatened. Without secure funding, the very services that our families depend on can be disrupted. That's why endowed philanthropy is so powerful and it's necessary. An endowment creates a permanent source of funding. It is invested carefully, and the earnings provide funding year after year, generation after generation. Instead of wondering, how do we make the budget this year? Nonprofit endowments can plan for the future with confidence. At the Waccamaw Community Foundation, endowed funds have already made a lasting impact. Every year, scholarships are awarded to our local students who may not otherwise afford higher education. Designated funds provide dependable support for our hardworking nonprofits. And when disaster strikes, relief funds are ready to respond quickly. Endowments are not just gifts for today, they are legacies, living legacies that continue to serve long after the gift is made. So as we close, I invite you to imagine a region not as it is today, but how it can be tomorrow. A place where your nonprofits are secure, where services are uninterrupted, where opportunity is within reach. Let the Waccamaw Community Foundation help you start your endowment. Aaron, you started your endowment with the Waccamaw Community Foundation. May I see a raise of hands for everyone else that started their endowment with the Waccamaw Community Foundation. Other than Aaron, has anybody else? So I see an opportunity that we all have here today, and I encourage you to embrace that opportunity. Endowments are critically important to survival, and when you start your endowment, the best way to do it is to go to people that already give to you yearly, that invest in you because they believe in your organization. So start that endowment today, and what's great about the endowments, as you know, Mike, people that invest in that endowment and put that money up, that money is not for today's use to be spent every year. So every year we got to go back out and start over again and start raising money. If we have an endowment, then the interest that you earn off of that endowment will be there for you every year to spend as you wish. And it's a massive, sustainable thing that you can do, and many people do not do. For example, I want to say this, many years ago, our church, at Halloween, I was walking with our preacher, and I said, "Preacher, how can I help you?" You know what the Bible says, we need to tithe, right? Do the right thing. So I said, "How can I help you?" He said, "Well, I need a little bit of money for the sound system at the church." I said, "Well, how much do you need?" He said, "I need $10,000. I said, "Man, that's a lot of money." So I went back to our tax attorney, and we had already started giving $1 per room night to the North Myrtle Beach Chamber for tourism marketing, and we already gave $1 per room night to North Myrtle Beach Chamber for tourism marketing. So I said to Munford Scott, how can we do $1 per room night for charity? And we did that. And over the course of 10 or 12 years, that $1 per night has generated over $1 million back to our community. Melody is here today. She works with us at Elliott, and she's been a huge part of that along with our wonderful staff. But one of the things I want to close by saying is we saw, every year people were asking, 501c3s would ask for money. And we were dwindling that down every year. So we had to go start over again and raise the money and over. So what I decided with our staff that we would do is set up an endowed fund. And now we have taken half of that money each year and we put that in the endowment. and those funds will generate year in, year out money to be given back along for years to come. And when I'm dead and gone, which I hope won't be for a while, but we all have to see our fate, these things will carry on for a lifetime. So for the ones that has raised their hand today, my challenge to each of you is when we come back next year, you will all raise your hand and say, I now have an endowed fund, started with Waccamaw Community Foundation, and I have gone to my donors and I have asked them to participate. And because I asked, they gladly gave. And because that happened, we have sustained ourselves and what we have started for a lifetime. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rick. And I'm going to go off script just for a minute. Our board is so focused and dedicated on this that we have created what I call the zero money in endowment. So it used to be you had to have a minimum amount of money to start an endowment. We did away with that for the organizational endowment. So you can start your organizational endowment, no money in. We help build the marketing materials. We'll sit with you and help you build this into your marketing plan. And understand that this is not a competition with your day-to-day income, your day-to-day fundraising. You're asking folks to commit to the future. You're asking them to remember you in their will, or maybe become a beneficiary of their 401k or their life insurance policy. And we run the gamut. We can take stock, we can take bonds, we can take houses, cars, boats. We can now accept Bitcoin. So there's a lot of things that we can do that add to your toolbox in raising future funds. And I heard a gentleman today, our boys, or I'm sorry, the Boy Scouts. They've got an endowment, and it's $5 million. Their goal is to get to $10 million. And guess what? At $10 million, they no longer have to raise funds. That endowment will pay them every year. Average endowment pays 4%, so that's $400,000 a year that pays forever. And guess what? Now you're spending all your time in mission and not trying to keep the lights on. That's what we want to do for you. So please feel free to reach out. I'm happy to sit down with you. I'm happy to sit down with your boards and discuss this, and just make this part of what you do every day.